the end of the day, they take that opinion, they build on it, and then it works for them. So they are praised, but you are manipulated. Utaongea aje useme ni mimi nilikama up nayo originally.
Well, they told you already that it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So you need to identify that. Number two, have a conversation on needs or the desires. Sometimes you are not able to share your desires or your needs. And when this is happening, Sylvia, you feel enclosed. You feel tied somewhere. And when you try to bring it out, unaanza kujiuliza wataniona aje?
Watanibeba aje?
Watasema mimi tu nakuanga tu huyo tu mzee wa kelele.
Wacha niachane nayo tu.
Wacha niachane nayo.
For the sake of peace.
Good. You have said it, you have nailed it.
For the sake of peace, let me just leave it alone.
But at the end of the day, that is where they will get it to begin emotionally abuse you.
So it doesn't stop there. If you choose to ignore it for the sake of peace, you create a bigger problem.
You are creating a bigger problem for yourself, because what you think it is peace for you is going to cause you to be anxious and even get to depression. And this happens a lot when you go the line. They also, even victim playing, they make you a victim, reminding you of the things they have already done for you. Tulikufanyia. Kwa nini wewe usichukue hivi? Kwa nini hata wewe usifanye hivi? Tuone venye tumekufanyia, venye and then they play as a victim.
So you feel as if when umewakosea, but in reality there's nothing that you have done wrong.
I mean, na unaanza kujiblame, ni mimi.
I'm the problem.
Yes, and sometimes they do what we call love bombing. Ni kama wanakuflata na a lot of love. They influence you through positive things. Wanakupraise na wanajua the next minute they're on your case.
They know what they're doing. So it starts with love bombing first. I think that's a very interesting concept that I've gotten to learn over the years, that has a lot to it, and it really happens a lot in our generation. And I'm pretty sure the ones who are watching at home have maybe had an instance whereby they experienced love bombing, a very effective method for manipulators, because it works. You got a 99.99% chance of working, because in a flatter na upendo, and everyone loves love. So you become easily manipulated and you fall into the traps that have been set for you. Now, maybe before we get back to the conversation, we're going to take a quick breather right here. But the conversation is getting really interesting, and we are getting to learn so much. So please usiende mbali, tunarudi baada ya muda usiokuwa mrefu. And also, if you have a friend out there who you would like to share this broadcast with, please share with them, because it's a very interesting topic. And kumbuka tu venye Reverend amesema, this conversation is not about relationships peke yake, the romantic kind that we know of. These things are happening in work environments. These things are happening in church environments. These things are happening everywhere around us. So you should not just be oblivious to them. Useme, mimi siko kwa relationships sahi kwa hivyo hiyo inisumbui. It's not. No, in our everyday interactions, these things do happen. And with the signs that we have heard of, ama the signs zenye tumeambiwa, I'm pretty sure ukiwa pale nyumbani, you can now start putting umeanza kuweka hizo pieces together. Unaanza kusema, na hapa, whatever was happening here, it's sort of, emotional abuse. Probably you didn't know then, but now, with the signs that we have been given, or the red flags that we've been given to identify emotional abuse, umeanza kuona some relation, maana, interaction na huyu iko hivi na hivi. Interaction na iko hivi na hivi. I remember there's, this popular saying that we say, it's not even a popular saying, I think it's in the Bible, whereby it says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So knowledge is here. We're in the information age, information era, and information says ni diverse sana. So if you choose to take in what's wrong, it's going to manipulate your life for the rest, it's going to influence your life for the rest of your life. So take in the positive so that you can counter the negative that already imekuwa build up, so that you can be able to grow. Okay, so we're taking a very quick breather. Don't go too far. We'll be coming back shortly.
MBCI Television, transforming lives. Juma hili tumeangazia hili.
Stooge ni aina fulani ya upendo ambao watu wanaweza kupendana. Una uungu ndani lakini hauna mahaba, hauna eros ndani.
Na hili.
Ukiangalia Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego in a foreign land, they had position, they were respected, they were honored. The king feared them.
Na hili pia.
Kuna venye tume interpret mapenzi in a different way, venye haipaswi. Sasa unasema mapenzi ni kupewa pesa, mapenzi ni nywele itengenezwe, mapenzi ni nguo inunuliwe, mapenzi ni unipeleke na jet.
Tumeona mtu anakonda, anajikondea kabisa, anakaa mzeti kwa sababu ya mapenzi.
Mazungumzo haya, maisha na Biblia, ni kila Alhamisi saa 1:30 hadi saa 4 asubuhi. Yanakujia moja kwa moja na kwa wakati mmoja ndani ya radio na runinga wipendayo ya MBCI. Tunabadilisha maisha.
Are you ready for the most uplifting inspirational songs? Join us every Friday from 7:35 to 10 a.m. as we host incredible music ministers. For inspirational conversations.
It's a lot of organization that goes behind the scenes, a lot of division of labor.
And unforgettable tips.
One of those careers you grow in the job. As you get more experience, you get better.
From 7:35 to 10 a.m.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Amazing. Welcome back from that very short break. Remember, this is a relationship talk show with me, Sylvia Wanja. And with us today, we have Reverend Charles Musambai, and we're talking about recognizing the signs of emotional abuse. Now, before we went for the break, we have gotten the chance to learn so many things when it comes to the red flags or the signs to look out for if you are trying to identify whether the relationship that you're in, whether at work, whether romantic, has some emotional abuse aspects to it. And I hope yakwamba saizi umeanza note down somewhere that there's a problem here. And remember, we said assertiveness, learning how to say no is very, very key, and also self-awareness through meditation, through whatever it is that you need to do, through journaling. Get to know who you are, what you stand for, what are your values, what can you tolerate, what are your boundaries. You need to figure out all these things so that if you're facing a situation whereby you're going through emotional abuse or someone is attempting to emotionally abuse you, you can be able to stop them, or you can be able to identify it and know how to handle it in the best way possible. Okay, amazing. So maybe we can continue with the conversation.
Yes, I was saying about what we call victim playing.
Yeah.
Even at the place of work, the colleagues or the leadership can make you a victim, so that you feel guilty and you are excused by your colleagues from the work you are supposed to do, so that they can gain their way through. So they make you feel you are a victim of the circumstance. And through that, the manipulator is not seen in the picture.
It's just you.
It's you. So unachukua ile blame, lakini the manipulator na stand aloof away from it, anakuwa a clean person. Sasa wewe unajipata unatolewa in the picture or in a group of what the task that is being done, because they are playing what we call the victim interact with you. Sasa unajiblame, ni kama mimi ndio nina cause, wacha nijitoe. Lakini the manipulator mwenye alikuwa na manipulate your emotions, yeye ako pale, hataonekana mahali. Another thing, even at the place of work, that happens is conflict creation. They create a conflict so that they may deflect the attention from the person who is manipulating you. When people want to be sacked, ama wametolewa, ama watu wanataka kupunguzwa, the manipulator ata stand as the best person. The best, he's the one best.
Yendo anapenda kila mtu, akopoa na kila mtu.
Hata ataongea, mimi sikuangi na shida na watu. Unajua mimi ndio ninawaleta karibu. Si mnajua ma role player. You know, just to cause a conflict during that position. ata create conflict as stand aside kwa sababu wewe uko genuine with your emotions, utajiambia I'm not supposed to be involved in this. And then when they create that conflict, you step out. Na wataanza kulemu. So unaona amejitoa. Ndiye ndiye alikuwa anasababisha. But in reality, the emotional abuser ako within the group. Atafanyia mwingine. Na huyo mwingine. At the end of the day, because sasa mtaanza kuogopana, hakuna mtu ataambia mwenzake.
Kila mtu ana keep to themselves.
Even in marriage, mke wa kwanza afanyiwe, wa pili, wa tatu, ni wapi watakaa chini waongee? Hata mimi nilifanyiwa hivyo, wewe umeenda hapo, nimefanyiwa hivyo, hakuna mahali. So they do that and they emotionally continue to abuse others in relationship, be it a wife to a man or a man to a woman, even a worker, even in an environment like kikundi kama cha kwaya, kikundi kama cha waimbaji, kuna tu mtu anataka kumanipulate wengine, emotionally abuse wengine, lakini anakaa kwa kando.
Anawasha moto, anawasonga,
anaondokea,
acha mchomeke.
Exactly. Kwa sababu wewe ndani mwako unasikia I will not involve in this. Another thing is blackmailing.
Popular tactic.
You won't get a promotion if you don't do as the manager asks.
So you have to do whether
so they blackmail you to seek the promotion, but in reality they are manipulating you. They can tell hata mkubwa amesema fanya hivi, unajua katika hii shule tunazitakika kufanya hivi, katika hii kampuni, but they are blackmailing you as they manipulate your emotions. At that moment hautakuwa na uwezo wa kuuliza the director, muulize, did you say I do this?
You just have to do it because imesemekana, imetoka
order from above. If the central bank director anasema, mtu mwenye ako hapa Nakuru anasema direction imetoka Nairobi na imesema tufanye hivi, kwanza hata namba ya huyo director wa central bank hauna. So you will do it and when things goes haywire, they have blackmailed you. Unaanza kujiuliza, kai, na nilifanya aje? Mimi niliambiwa it is instruction. Emotional manipulation, my sister Sylvia, is real. It works even at the place of work. People can use even the name of the big person to manipulate others
into doing what he or she wants them to do.
Exactly. Because if you are told the president has said,
you'll have to do it because he's the one in authority.
Every time unasikia the president, hata kama utamuulizia wapi. So you are obliged to do it in the name quotes, my president has said. But in reality, this person is blackmailing you, is manipulating you to do what they want you to do so that they can abuse you emotionally. Na ya mwisho, undermining your work or negatively giving credit for what you have done, for the achievement. Ukifanya kitu kizuri, haukui praised. Wanasema, it is because I was the boss. I created a good environment.
For you to be able to do that.
So you can't earn credit in the right way. Hata kama ni chakula imepikwa vizuri, ni kwa sababu nilinunua nyanya na vitunguu, hapikangi hivyo, anapikanga dhufu.
What?
So they manipulate you even if you have given your 100%
to make sure that things have worked out well.
They will never give you the credit. They take the credit so that you feel you are still having something to lack in yourself.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, this conversation is just getting deeper and so many things are being, like, you're shedding the light on so many things that maybe we have overlooked in the past and we think that they are normal, but they are not. It's all part of manipulation. It's all part of a tactic to be able to control us, control the way we think, the way we see things. And sasa tumeanza kulearn, okay? And we keep on saying every day it's a process of learning and learning and relearning. So we are in class, we are learning that these things are not normal. So kuna vitu mingi sana we have normalized in our generation, things that are not supposed to be normal. So we have to demystify those things that we have normalized that are not normal so that we can be able to thrive in healthy environments. So what are some of the psychological repercussions of emotional abuse in the long term? Because I know if maybe it's something that you have maybe grown up with in the home setup, you've grown up seeing it, and then fast forward, you get into work, you experience the same, in school you experience the same. If you keep on being exposed to this environment of emotional abuse, what are some of the long-term repercussions that are there that you have to deal with?
Number one, you might feel isolated, and because of that isolation, you will find that you become helpless and confused. You don't know even the right things. You don't know what is right and what is wrong. You have to be convinced, you have to depend on somebody kukuambia this is wrong. That is number one. You get confused, isolated from the reality. Number two, you can have even suicidal thoughts. Unaanza kujiambia mimi sipendwi, sitakikani, maisha hayana faida.
Let me just go.
And it can lead even people to just leave their jobs. Wewe unaamua tu kuacha kazi. They resign. Resigning before even accomplishing your desires. Kuna watu wanapenda kazi zao. Lakini kwa sababu ya emotional abuse, they resign before time. They are not given a good environment to practice what they are given or what is in their lives.
What they love.
Number four, it can lead even to trouble in sleeping, insomnia. And this is where it can lead even to mental health. Unakuwa tu depressed. Kumbuka ukianza kukosa usingizi, utaanza ku-experience some nightmares. Unaanza kufika mahali ambapo in your minds how settle. Unakuwa nervous. You don't concentrate. Hata mkiongea na mtu mkiwa na conversation, you don't become constructive. These are the effects. It can affect our health. Number five, it gets to a point of changes in even our appetite. Una lose even eating. Ulikuwa unakula vizuri, haukuli vizuri. Sababu imagine mtu anakuambia umetengeneza chakula kizuri, anasema leo ametengeneza chakula kizuri juu nilimletea. Leo amepika vizuri juu ni mimi nimeleta. You can experience also that tearfulness and distress. And this can get to a point whereby you begin now excluding yourself from people. Unaanza kufeel ni kama wananijua. Wanajua venye ninafanyanga, sijawahi kuwa mzuri. Sijawahi fanya kitu kizuri kwa hii marriage. And then at the end of the day, you just lose it. If it is in a relationship, you refuse to get in any other relationship.
You say, Sasa, me, I'm done with relationships. They're not for me.
I don't want anything with a relationship. Mungu alitaka nikae hivyo. Unfortunately, people even can relate it to spiritual attacks. Wanasema hiyo ni spiritual attack. But the reality is that they need to be informed. Spiritual attacks are real.
They do happen.
They do happen. As a minister of the word, they do happen. But some emotional abuse can lead people to feel they are attacked because they don't have the knowledge of what is happening with their partners or in a relationship or even at the place of work. At this moment, it needs to be addressed. We need to address it from the point of information, professional approach. We need to get to the point. How can you overcome it? Number one, identify the manipulative tactics
that are being used.
Many people use these tactics like praise. They use these tactics like, you know what, I love you, we have been together, you have been here for long, so ukienda utaishi aje, maisha itakuwaje, kutaendaje, sasa hakuna mtu anaweza kupatia job, just to hold you in manipulation. If you want to overcome this emotional abuse, identify the tactics
that are being used.
Recognize common manipulation technique skills. Kama ni hiyo love bombing, be careful. Kaa chini ukuwe rational.
Mpanga vitu nasema wacha emotions kae kando. Let me think about it from a logical perspective.
Make things real. Unajua, I want to speak to our viewer this morning. Don't be unrealistic. Be real. Because even your emotions can tell you, hii ninachezwa. Hapa ni kupangwa ninapangwa. Be real. Deal with things in black and white without any color being added into it. And Sylvia, if we begin to deal with things in black and white, emotional abuse will reduce. People have lost even properties
Because of emotional abuse.
Emotional abuse. Una lean on this person, anakuambia wacha tuuze hii plot, unajua tutagain, tutafanya, wacha tufanye hivi na hizi pesa. At the end of the day, you realize ume lose everything and nobody is there for you. Unabaki hapo peke yako, unaanza kuhangaika, and at that moment wanasema si ni wewe ulifanya.
Si ungesema hapana.
Si ungesema, si ungekataa. At that moment, they are now abusing you emotionally. Number 2, set firm boundaries. Now, hapa boundaries, people need to be firm. The fact that you are married doesn't stop you to be you. The fact that you are a believer doesn't stop you to be a child of God. The fact that you are a professional doesn't stop you to use your brain.
You need to be logic.
Be logic. Be real. We are living in a real world. It is not fiction. It is a fact. So I want to encourage, set firm boundaries. Yenye utajiambia hii ikibreak, we are done.
That's it.
We need to have principles in life to govern us. Remember, if you have no principle, every person can set something for you. Because you have nothing to govern you. Ni kama kuweka maji, itaenda any direction yenye talini.
Very true.
But if you have the boundaries,
a glass, itabaki within the glass.
Itabaki within the glass. And that is why many people are suffering emotional abuse, because in the first place, they don't have boundaries to govern them. And these boundaries will help them how to communicate what behaviors are acceptable to you and what is not acceptable. For instance, to me, I don't just hug anyone. That is my boundary. Kuna wengine akihagiwa anasema, oh, hallelujah. Kwa sababu hajaweka boundary, hug inaweza mpeleka kwa emotional abuse. And when the manipulator or abuser realizes this is what triggers you, he will do it more.
So that they can have access.
Yes. Hata kuletea tu pizza, si anajua pizza ndiye nakuwezanga na yogurt. Pole. I'm not talking about someone. But anajua hiyo ndio trigger.
Hiyo ndo anaenda nayo.
Anajua kumanipulate, the next minute anakuletea pizza na yogurt. Unasahau hiyo unakunywa. The same sequence repeats itself.
Continue.
Because anajua you don't have boundaries. Hakuna chenye kinakuzuia. Wewe utaendelea kuwa manipulated. Nasema hata kama ananigonganga, lakini ananiletea pizza na yogurt.
That becomes the what getaway means.
Yes. Number 3, use the I statement. The I statement becomes introspective. Unajiangalia katika hii hali yote, mimi niko wapi? Mimi nina sehemu gani? Sehemu yangu kwa haya maneno unaniambia ni gani? Mimi ni nani kwa haya mazungumzo? Because the I statement, when addressing a manipulative behavior, will express your feelings, how you feel. Itamsaidia aanze kujua kweli, hata yeye kumbe ameanza kuchanuka, anaona ni kama kweli
what I am doing
ninamfanyia vibaya. You know, let me use, and it's not, I take responsibility, but mtu ambaye akona mipango ya kando. Anasema, oh, tumechelewa kazini, tumekuwa na meeting mpaka saa 6. But if this person stops being mad, use the I. Wakati ulikuwa kwa meeting, how are you thinking about me? Because most of the time they were not in the meeting. They were just doing their own things. Use the I statement. Number 4, stay calm and assertive. This word assertive, we are repeating it
over
now
and over.
People should become assertive. Stay calm. Don't get drawn into emotional reactions. Calmly state your position and refuse to be manipulated.
Refuse.
How many people can stand and say this is my position?
And I'm not changing it.
I'm not changing. Mimi nilisema sikuli omena na sikulangi.
Sitakula.
I'm just using that. Mimi nilisema I want to be single married. I don't want to be a second wife. Kama unafikiria hivyo, it is not to me. It is not what people they will say about me. It is not what my family will be taken. It is my responsibility. I have said I'm not going to be a second wife.
It's a no.
It's a no. I have said I'm not going to share my man with somebody else.
Yeah.
That is setting boundaries, being assertive and remaining calm. Sasa yeye aenda akijiambia aje sasa.
Yeah.
Number 4, seek clarity. Let the manipulator or the abuser clarify what they are saying.
What their intention is.
Sometimes when you seek clarity, they will go numb or run away. Watajipatia business. Ninaumwa na kichwa. Ninasikia kuumwa na kichwa. Nimepigiwa simu.
Wacha niende.
Wacha niende nichukue kitu. Tutaongea hiyo mambo.
Baadaye.
They postpone it because they know you are now taking hold of them accountable. Please seek clarity, because if you don't seek clarity, they will continue to abuse you and they will take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Another thing, validate your feelings. Even if you are a man, if it is crying, cry. Tell them how you are feeling.
Yeah.
This is, I'm feeling cheated, I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling neglected.
Yeah.
Let them take that space so that you can work towards that. Some people who are emotionally abused, they cannot validate their feelings. Wanazikanyagia. Sitamuonyesha.
Wacha tu ikae.
Nitamfanyia kila kitu chenye anataka, lakini sitamuonyesha. Sitamuonyesha ati nimekasirika. Asijue. Nitamfanyia kila kitu. At that moment you are giving them a chance to continue to emotionally abuse you. Sitamwambia nimetoboka mifuko, sina kakitu. Afadhali nifulize.
Bora tu nimetoa nimpe.
Mimi nitampa. Nitampatia. Si ameitisha. Nitafuliza nimpatia, asijue sina pesa. At that moment you are a man. You are making your manipulator to continue to manipulate you or abuse you emotionally. Another thing is that you need to build your self-control. Learn to control yourself. In self-control and self-esteem, we say you build your confidence to even handle a situation and say, no, this cannot work. Control yourself. Especially when you realize that this person is now manipulating me, you take that position and you say, I feel you are going beyond.
Yeah, hold it right there.
Speak it out. Don't fear to speak how you feel.
Yeah.
Wacha ajue, wacha huyu mke wako aelewe, wacha huyu mume wako ajue, afahamu ya kwamba kusema ukweli kila anachofanya anakuwa abuse na ni si kitu kizuri. And then through the process he will learn through the problem. Actually we always tell them, limit even your conduct. During manipulation or emotional abuse, limit that conduct. If someone continues to manipulate you despite your efforts, consider reducing or completely limiting contact with them. Especially during the dating. And I want to tell that these guys and these young girls that are dating, is better a broken engagement than a divorce in marriage. Than emotional abuse in marriage. Because during dating, hamja make any commitment. But in marriage, there are processes of divorce, separation, and all that. Limit your contact with this person. The moment you see the red flags during relationship, it will be worse in marriage. It will be worse when you get to that job. It will be, ukiona mtu anaanza kumishandle kabla mjaanza kuishi pamoja, mkianza kuishi pamoja, it will be worse.
Yeah, because now you will be with them 24/7.
Yes.
So it will be heightened. It won't be hidden like it was during courtship.
That is very true. And many people have found themselves, ni hao wamejifunga, they have bound themselves because they saw the red flags, but they didn't take caution or they didn't take a step of saying, surely this thing will not work. And then above all, seek professional help. That is why we are there, psychologists and counselors. Professionally, seek professional help. Don't just sit there. We have gone through the education system. We have learned. God has helped us, and we are now professional. In every county, we have psychologists and counselors. In Nakuru County, Kenya, counselors and psychologists are there in every sub-county, in every hospitals. Ask. You'll be given a mental health practitioner. They can support you. Even we us who are private practicing, you can join us. Seek support.
Yeah.
You can seek support from the people who wishes well for you, even from your sisters, your family, your siblings, even the significant others, and even psychologists and counselors. Sometimes we go for spiritual help, and it is very important. But if this thing persists, please go for professional support. And it will bring you to another level to understand and come out of emotional abuse. So emotional abuse is real. Na ningependa kuongea na our viewer this morning. What emotional abuse is not. Because people confuse this a lot.
What emotional abuse is and is not.
Emotional abuse is not seeking help. Is not asking for help or changing of behavior. Kuna tabia ingine unastahili tu kubadilisha. That is not emotional abuse. Emotional abuse isiyo kuomba msaada. Nina feelingi hivi, ninaomba unisaidie, how can I be better of myself. Kwa mfano, somebody who is angry, he needs to ask help on how he can counter the anger.
The anger issues.
That is not emotional abuse. That is seeking help. Number 2, having conversation about the needs. Ninahitaji hiki. Unahitaji hiki. Ninahitaji nguo. Watoto wanahitaji school fees. Tunahitaji kuongeza stock ya duka. Hiyo sio emotional abuse. And many people have confused this because when they are partners, especially in kwa mabano ya ndoa, in the brackets of marriage, you will find mtu anaambia mwenzake tunahitaji kuinvest, anasema unani abuse.
Ambia sipendi abuse.
Unani abuse. Na mimi sipendi hivyo. I want to help wanandoa wenye wanatusikiza because it's a relationship. It's not abuse. When you are investing is for a good goal and it is for the family improvement and growth. They should seek to bring it on board. And number 3, people have confused it, is offering advice or help is not emotional abuse. Wakati mwenzako anakushauri ama unapewa ushauri, you're not being abused. They're just helping you to walk through the journey.
Wow.
Yes.
So you need to separate. Usiseme kila kitu sasa ni emotional abuse. Ambe wewe una ni emotional abuse. Lakini alafu pia how you communicate it, I think, is also equally important.
Yes.
Because unaweza communicate in the wrong way.
And that is how we express our opinion. The how part of expressing the opinion determines no matter how undiplomatic is. Sababu sometimes, and I want to thank you for bringing it up. When you express your opinion, even if it's undiplomatic, that is not abuse. Kuna watu ambao anataka tu akuwe diplomatic and professional. And you mentioned something on Valentine's Day. Some people walifunikwa. But at the end of the day, they are being emotionally abused. And I was telling a couple that we were having on a Valentine's Day, and I told them, men want to be logical and professional. Ladies want to be emotional and relational. So when ladies are communicating and expressing their opinions, they want relationship and feel their emotions. But with men, they want to be logical. Wanajua. And they are like, it is this. And their opinion at that moment, it is not emotional abuse. They want just to be understood. That is how they can communicate, and that is their perspective. Yes.
So again, it's important for us to understand the dynamics of communication from either gender, because we communicate in different ways. But in everything also, you should be careful how you communicate. Especially ladies, come on, emotions is overboard. Okay. Amazing. So maybe we can get the question of the day one more time. We can take it for those who are still following through and would like to give their opinions on the question that we are discussing today. And the question is this: have you ever experienced emotional abuse, and how did you deal with it? Have you ever experienced emotional abuse, and how did you deal with it? You said you can even go to the length of explaining how you identified it as emotional abuse and what did you do after it. Now, There was a dilemma that we got here last week, and it's closely tied to the conversation that we're having today. And we had the pleasure of going outside there and talking to some people on the streets so that we can hear their opinions about this particular dilemma. But maybe before we hear what they have to say, this is a dilemma that we were discussing. So we have a married couple. They have been married for approximately 7 years, and they have a very healthy relationships. They have children, and things are going good. But now there's a bit of a problem here, okay? So the lady is, let me say, is not well learned. I think alifika form 4. Akamalizia hapo. So the lady is the one who's reaching out to us. And the guy, amesoma, amemaliza, and ako sawa, okay? So it got to a particular point whereby the lady has always fantasized or romanticized the issue of romance when it comes to relationships zenye anataka, okay? But sasa the guy yana feel that is a bit too much when it comes to expressing emotions. So ako like, si bora nimenunua chakula, si bora nimefanya hizo vitu zote, si that is all that matters. So the lady is at a point whereby ana feel like she's missing that beat, and her opinions are not being validated, they're not being accepted. Like anytime akiongea pia, when she's giving her opinion when it comes to matters ama issues concerning marriage, and I feel like the husband dismiss ama anaona ni kama whatever she says, her opinion doesn't matter. So we asked people concerning their opinions on that particular dilemma. So let us get to hear what they have to say about it, and then we'll be coming back shortly.
Okay, ya kwanza ni mzuri sana wanaume kwanza wajue kwamba wakati mtu amepata mke, Biblia inasema amepata kitu nzuri kutoka kwa Mungu. Na yule mwanamke anapokuja nyumbani, he is a helper. Kwa hivyo wakati mtu ako na mke, ni mzuri ajue kwamba mke pia ni mwanadamu na ako na hekima, ako na maarifa. Kwa maana hata kama pengine bwana hataki mashauri kutoka kwa mke wake, tunajua kwamba wale wanawake ambao hawana bibi pia wanaendelea boma inaachwa na inaendelea mzuri. Kwa hivyo mzuri wakati wote wanaume wajue kwamba mwanamke ako na uwezo ya kuweza kumshauri pia, ili waweze kuendeshana pamoja, kwa maana watu wawili hawezi kuendeshana pamoja bila kwanza kuelewana. Kwa hivyo ningewashauri wanaume kwamba ni mzuri recognize mke wako, kwa maana pia hata yeye ako na akili na wengine wamekuwa wamesoma. Kwa hivyo hata pengine lile jambo ungekuwa unataka kufanya, uambie mke wako, unakuta imalika zaidi hata vyema kushinda vile ungeifanya wewe ukiwa peke yako.
Mimi advice yangu ni wakati Adam waliumbwa na Eve, hakuna huyu alikuwa msaidizi wa huyu, wakae pamoja wasaidiane mawazo. Mungu angejua huyu mwanaume atakaa peke yake achifanyie mambo yake, hangemuumbia mwanamke. Kwa hivyo huyu mwanamke ako upande wake ili wasaidiane kiakili, kimapato na mambo yote, ndio hiyo nyumba iweze kusimama. Tukirudi kwa Biblia, mwanaume alikuwa wa kutafuta, lakini sasa maisha imetuweka wote tunatafuta na tusaidiane. Tukileta pamoja, wewe utatoa mawaidha na mimi nitoe mawaidha, tuweke pamoja na tusongeshe maisha mbele. Peke yake hataweza. Kwa hiyo wanaume wakalishwe chini, wakae pamoja.
Sana sana naweza advise bwana, kwa sababu yeye ndiye ako na problem. Kwa sababu nowadays tukisema ati bibi akae nyumbani afanyi anything, huo mama utapata sometimes hata ako na stress. Unaona hawezi sema anything, hana yeye right yake ya kujieleza. Naye mzee in fact ana need apate aelimishwe, apate information, akuwe na knowledge, pengine ni culture inamfanya afanye hivyo, aelimishwe, because nowadays maisha ni ngumu. So inahitaji bwana akitoka akileta unga, mama anatoka naye analeta mboga. Sasa unaona ikisemekana ati bwana ndiye bibi akae nyumbani, bwana kuwa akileta chakula ati yeye ndiye ana provide, unaona anything can happen hapo nje. Na kama yeye ndio provider, unaweza pata he is normal, unaona. Sasa bibi atapata kwa shida, unaona hapo anajua kujitafutia, Sasa shida itapatikana kwa hiyo familia. So me I think huo bwana anafaa ape huyu mama naye uhuru wa kutafuta kitu.
Najua sasa hapo mtu mwenye anataka advice ni bwana anastahili kupewa advice. Juu yeye akona kitu tunaita male chauvinism. Yaani akona taasubi ya kiume. Bibi akiongea yeye hataki aongee. Unaona? Juu yeye ndiye ana provide, bibi hataki bibi hata atafute. Hiyo itafanya hiyo familia isiendelee. Kwa sababu watu wawili wakiwa wameoana lazima huyu atoe maoni yake na huyu atoe maoni yake, huyu amsikize na huyu pia amsikize. Ndio ile maoni wakicombine wanafanya progress. Sasa ikiwa kichwa moja ndio inaamua na ndio inafanya na ndio inatafuta, kuna mambo fulani hayataweza kutimizwa. So pale bwana anastahili akuwe advised, akae chini au akisikiza mke wake, wao wanashare maoni, kisha baadaye wanafanya maamuzi ambayo yataendeleza nini familia yao. So bwana anastahili ambiwe aache taasubi ya kiume ama aache kuwa na male chauvinism.
Yes, so we've had a very interesting word, male chauvinism, that is present in that particular dilemma. Now, maybe you can share opinion about that particular story whereby the lady is feeling as if in the relationship she has no say, she cannot talk, and she's in a position whereby she's been a housewife. So, atahana hiyo ruhusa ya kutoka sana. The husband doesn't validate her opinions, doesn't even consider her opinions. Maybe what can you say about that, even as you also refer to the particular vox pops that we've had?
The truth, Sylvia, and thank you for that, for the views of our viewers. The truth is that emotional abuse can lead to narcissism.
Yeah.
And we are living in a generation where people have turned love, which is meant for relationship, to be narcissistic. And narcissism is also what he's referring, one of our viewers amesema male chauvinism. Ya kwamba you are everything and yet you are nothing.
Yeah.
Forgive me for saying that, but that is the reality.
Yeah, true.
Unajifanya wewe ni kila kitu lakini wewe si kitu. Utapata ya kwamba some of them hata wanafanya wake zao, they become subjects instead of making them friends. Narcissism is leading to what we call toxic relationship.
Yeah.
What is making wengine wanakandamizwa katika ndoa. And I want to speak to the men who are watching this program.
Yeah.
If your wife has the capacity or the ability to do something to add value in that marriage, be it financially, be it in business, hata wengine wako na professions, wengine ni secretaries, wengine ni engineers, wengine they are business managers, kindly give them an opportunity to practice what they need to practice. They will add value in that marriage.
Wow.
Because this thing ya kwamba kwa sababu haukusoma ukafika penye nimefika, ninakuona wewe ni subject, doesn't apply. In reality, when we come in a relationship, we don't consider even education. Hakuna mtu anaulizanga mwingine na ulifika, ninataka kuoa mke alifika kiwango fulani, ama ninataka kuolewa na mume ako kiwango fulani. It is the language of compatibility and love. So let the foundation of that marriage be love. Number 2, we need to declare our expectations before we get into marriage. Sababu kuna kile huyu mama alikuwa anawaza kwa mawazo yake, kulingana na yeye anajua kuwa mume ama kuolewa, mume anastahili kuwa hivi, anionyeshe mahaba, anionyeshe mapenzi, akuwe hapo kwa ajili yangu na watoto, sio tu kazi.
Throughout.
Kazi ni nzuri. But remember, we need to build our relationship. We need to be emotionally attached. So if you are kuna wazee ambao husema mimi kazi yangu ni kutafuta. Kazi yangu ni kutafuta huko nje. But this lady haukumuoa akiwa 2 years. She was above 18. So hata yeye alijua na kutafuta. The reason this marriage exists is because we are building a marriage but emotionally growing together. And that is why inafikanga that age ya kwamba mtu akifika retire ama anafika age ya kwamba hawezi fanya kazi, anakuwa lonely and isolated in marriage kwa sababu hakuijenga in the process ya kutafuta. Alitafuta. And I always ask men and women who are busy in their business and in your work, unatafuta nani ai manage? Utaiachia nani? Who will take care of that wealth? If you are not involving your son or your daughter or your wife, when things happen, unaweza kuwa unaenda job, ajali ifanyike, siku hiyo hautaweza kufanya hiyo kazi tena. Who will run that errand? Let us build the relationship and let us work hard. But the working hard should not replace our relationship and how we relate with one another. And that will bring out what we call emotional balance. Everything should be done with moderateness. It should not go to the extreme. We need to work, yes, but we need also the family. So wale ambao wengine wameteka advantage of that, as that lady was saying, alipokuwa akiwa mume wake alitarajia mzee atakuwa hivi, akuwe hivi katika ndoa. Wengine wanatumia hiyo kama kikezo cha kutafuta, but they are having infidelity out of marriage. Wengine wanachukua hiyo muda wakisema tumeenda kutafuta, nimeenda Uganda, nimeenda Tanzania, nimeenda mpakani, ni kutafuta. Lakini wako na kachungwa na kaminji huko nje. And they are now sacrificing their family because they don't want to come out in openness or sincere. The true investment that can bring health in our marriages and in our families is when we bring together all our expectations, and as I have mentioned in our points, let us now reason together. The Bible says, come and let us reason. Bring it on the table. What is your expectation? Unatarajia mimi kama mume wako nikufanyie nini? Wacha mke wako pia kwambie ninakutarajia wewe kama mume nikufanyie nini? Because there is what a man desires his wife to do for him, and there is what a wife desires the man to do for her. So it should come on the same table, and then when we go through, our goals are meant to achieve the ultimate purpose, building a godly marriage, a godly family that will glorify God. And that is why the Bible says, inaongelea in the book of Ephesians chapter 5, ya kwamba marriage, it's the only place that is God refers it and I reflect in the church. Ya kwamba it's like a bride. So if this marriage can work, we shall now experience the love of Christ even in the church. But people have been using spirituality as a cover to manipulate emotionally and even abuse emotionally their partners. Yes.
And it's not supposed to be like that.
It is not supposed, it's not meant to be like that, my sister Sylvia. Because tunastahili kuwa mfano wa Kristo. Na kama sisi ni mfano wa Kristo, ule upendo tumeupata kwa Kristo, tuonekane katika ndoa. Kuna watu hata wamejificha nyuma ya pasia ya kiroho na kuwa Mkristo, ndiye aendelee kufanya uasherati. Anasema Mungu wangu ananijua. Remember, kama Mungu wangu mimi Charles ananijua, mke wangu pia ananijua. Mungu hata kuja aseme hapa openly, but my wife mwenye naishi na yeye every day will speak something about me. So I want to talk to the men and the couples that are watching this program. Do not use spirituality to emotionally abuse your partner. Do not use the scriptures to emotionally abuse your partner. Let us be authentic and reflect the Christ that we have in our lives.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. I'm really loving this conversation and the fact that it is speaking so much to all age groups. Like each and every person can come out with something from here, especially the young people. My heart goes out to the young people because kuna zile vitu ambazo tumekuwa fed that we have taken as a gospel truth and we are running with them. Mambo na, oh, you shouldn't be attached. Oh, emotional abuse is normal. So you also need to learn the game. They call it the game. You need to learn the game so that you can play the game. You make sure that you're the one on the winning end. So if we're all playing games, tunaelekea wapi?
Be on it. Actually, they need to be at top notch. I encourage young people, be on top notch. This is not our game. Wakati wetu ilikuwa different. Saa hii mnasoma Sylvia, mnapitia mambo mengi. You are at the higher level. And even when this program is going, some people are just taking notes and are confirming what they have maybe experienced.
Or they have been doing.
They have been doing. And they can now take notes and say, hapa lazima nirekebishe. Hapa I need to up my game. At the end of the day, these are the families we are looking forward. 20 years to come, how will our families relationship look like? Our children will be looking unto us. In 20 years, wajukuu wetu watakuwa look up to you. do.
Yeah,
so how are they going to? And that is why we are very intentional in our programs to bring on board all the people to understand that they need to live a life that God intended for them.
Wow.
And we are here to support them. If they need questions, they should come on board. We are here to support them to become the best in the relationship that God intended for them.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So for the young people out there, itabidi tubadili mienendo. We need to take advantage of the knowledge and information that we're being given so that we can use it in our relationships. And pia zile vitu ambazo tumejifunza zenye ni wrong. If you have been thriving in relationships through manipulation, this is where I call out to you, tafadhali. Tubadili mienendo so that we can be able to create and form healthy relationships, okay? Because itaanza tu kama jokes, manipulations to get what you want. Then at the end of the day, you develop that narcissistic behavior whereby it's all about you. And there's no way you can form healthy relationships around you if you have that aspect to you. And this is not a thing that affects one gender in particular. No, it affects both male and females. So we need to all come together, and it's upon you to make that change that you want so much to see, or you desire to see in the relationships. It starts with you, okay? So that you can influence others. It's a ripple effect. It starts with you, influence the other, they influence two more, and it keeps on going until we change, okay? This is the current situation we're in. So let us get the relationships so that we can know what Joyce Ndeso is teaching us concerning tips on healthy relationships when it comes to emotional abuse.
Hello and welcome to Real Asian Tips, and today we are going to talk about ways of identifying signs of emotional abuse. Number 1, frequent feelings of anxiety or fear. You may feel constantly on edge, afraid of triggering the abuser's anger or disapproval. This anxiety can stem from unpredictable emotional reactions or threats. Number 2, low self-esteem and self-doubt. Emotional abuse often leads to a diminished sense of self-worth. You may start feeling that you're not good enough or that you can't trust your own judgment. Number 3, feeling isolated or cut off. The abuser may intentionally isolate you from friends, family, or social networks. This can leave you feeling alone, dependent on the abuser, or as though you are losing your support system. Number 4, constant emotional manipulation. The abuser might play on your emotions using guilt, shame, or fear to control your behavior. You might feel manipulated into making decisions that don't align with your values or best interests. Number 5, walking on eggshells. If you're constantly feeling like you have to be careful with your words or actions to avoid upsetting the abuser, it is a sign of emotional abuse. The environment may feel tense, and you might avoid expressing your true feelings for fear of repercussions. These are some of the signs of emotional abuse. This has been Real Asian Tips. My name is Joyce Ndeso.
Amazing. Those were the relationships with Joyce Ndeso. She taught us very, very important points to look out for, and they're very simple. They're very simply put. So unaweza jaribu kuangalia na uone, are there situations whereby you have felt like someone has made you doubt yourself, someone has made you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells? Then if you identify that, you will know how to go about it. Na yule ambaye alikuwa ametuma dilemma, I hope ya kwamba umepata jibu lako, and maybe you can be able to approach that situation, you can be able to talk to your husband. Maybe you can advise on how to approach the husband and have a conversation around the same, maybe?
Yes. The first thing, you need to recognize that your husband is not aware.
Yeah.
He might not be aware, maybe from the tradition or from the upbringing. Alijua ya kwamba mke lazima akae nyumbani, na kwa sababu hajasoma ama amesoma kiwango fulani, kazi yake ni kukaa nyumbani kuangalia boma na watoto, hajui ya kwamba ana uwezo ndani mwake. So he needs to bring on board her husband. They need to seek also for help from a professional psychologist or a counselor who can work with them. Number 2, she needs to recognize that this husband, maybe he wishes well, but she needs to also tell the husband how she feels. Maybe hamwambii, mume anapomwambia kazi yako kukaa nyumbani, hamwambii chenye ana feel ndani mwake. These are the discussions, and this brings us now to young adults who are dating and planning to get married or get married in a relationship. You need to explain, make clear your expectations. Some of these things should be discussed, Dada Sylvia, during those dating dating and courtship moments. Young people are coming in relationship, and at this moment as they come in relationship, they have wrong things in their minds on the table. Wameweka mezani the wrong things. Kwa mfano, they are putting first finances, their job, and maybe vile huyu mtu wako. They forget that these things at one point they grow to vanity and vanish. So they need to be interested first in relationship. Are we relating well? Is this the person I want? Hata kama any professional, next week on Friday we have a session with young professionals at AIC. I think it's Race Course. And we have a meeting through Madam Millicent who have just requested, and we have a meeting from this town, and the young people who are watching can join. I will ask her, maybe as I share my number, they can join, because we want to talk to young professionals on how they can relate well. Juu kuna watu sahi wanaangalia uko na nini, hawaangalii tunaweza kaa aje. And when what you have ends, that is the end of the relationship, which is a fallacy. We should be interested to our partners, not what they have. Don't be interested on what you can provide. When this person was being married to you, in this scenario ya huyu dada, aliolewa na huyu mzee, alimpenda yeye. Kuna watu, even street children, they marry one another, yet they have nothing and their marriage is super. They live well. Hata wakikaa kwa hiyo makaratasi, they enjoy their life. It is not what you have. Relationship is how you feel one another. And that is why I mentioned emotional abuse goes deeper beyond physical abuse. Because you are emotionally abused, it's like you lose who you are. So I would encourage her, sit on the table, talk with your husband, let him know the potential you have, and then support him, and then bring it so that you can reason. And if you are a believer, pray about it. Ask God on how you can go about it. Because huyu mzee akifutwa kazi, mtatoanga wapi fedha?
True.
Jambo likifanyika, people wakati mwingine unaamka asubuhi unaambiwa kazi imeisha. Unapewa notice ya 1 month. Where will you get, if yeye amekuwa the sole provider, utapata wapi support? So that is the thing you need to reason together, and when you have a professional online, they can really help you to come out of it. But to the young people, be careful the way you are dating and relating. It is not about money. It is not about what you have. Usitafute nyumba kubwa. Tafuta kujenga pamoja hiyo nyumba kubwa. Usitafute pesa mingi. Tafuta kukusanya pamoja hizo pesa mingi. Usitafute anakaa mahali pazuri. Tafuta kutengeneza mahala pazuri penye mtakaa pamoja.
Wow, amazing. Your words have echoed a particular discussion we had here, the art of growing together, that beauty of growing together. Kwa sababu kwenye tumefika, watu anataka you go make yourself there, I make myself here, then we meet. But that is not how it's supposed to be. There is that beauty when you come together and you grow together as one. So I hope and trust that this conversation has been an eye-opener for you. I know I have gotten the chance to learn so much. Naona comments ni nyingi sana, maswali ni nyingi, but unfortunately we are out of time, so you might not be able to look into them, but maybe just read a few. Kuna Anik David anasema Gil kikopendani, thanks Reverend, unatufungua macho sana. Kuna Eli Chigole anasema quite a captivating talk, very nutritional, I am getting to learn so much. Kuna Nancy Mbezi anasema thank you so much. Kuna Kamasmangi anasema pamoja, and okay. Mwelekezi anasema wewe nutritional. I think anasema nutritional in terms of like relationships, inaongeza nutrients kwa relationships. Okay, I don't know, probably it's wordplay, but thank you for that comment. We really do appreciate it. Maybe Reverend, as we're getting to the end of the show, you can talk to young people out there, married people out there, actually just everyone in general, because we all take part in these relationships, and we have seen that it is possible for you to be emotionally abused in any environment. So maybe you can give them a word or two of advice as we conclude concerning emotional abuse.
One, I want to thank you, our viewers, and I want to appreciate them and tell them this. Emotional abuse is real. and it's very hard to identify it. Wengine, maybe from our tradition, tuliona nyanya zetu, wazazi wetu wakienda through it, tukaona kama it is a norm of life. But I want to speak to each one of us. Emotional abuse is real. It cuts across every age. It cuts across the gender, both the male and the female. You need to be careful with yourself. Number 2, deal with your childhood traumas. You need to open a door to learn. And as my sister Sylvia has mentioned, be ready to learn, to unlearn, and progress in getting new things. Number 3, in relationship, it's not what somebody has. It is what you can do for the other. Learn to walk your partner's journey. Try to understand them, bring them on board. And for our young people, marriage is an institution that is ordained by God. Relationship is the best thing that can ever happen to you. And if you go in with the right mindset, with good perspective, you will enjoy the best of your life. And thereafter, enjoy in the presence of God. So I want to encourage you. It is very important to take care of yourself. Please be mindful of your partner's feelings. Please take care of them. Listen to them. The others just want somebody to be listened to, somebody to hear them out. Don't be always at the top. Create a moment so that they can come on board and reason together. Create a moment where you can discuss issues. Don't deal with the person, deal with the issue at hand. Bring the issues that you are discussing. Do not bring a person in an issue. That person is good, your partner is good, your friend is good. Deal with that issue and then bring it in black and white. And I know through the process, relationship will bring out the best that we intended for our lives. I'm so grateful for having me. And if somebody wants to reach me, you can reach me at Vikas House in this Nakuru, under Medal Group. Just on 2nd floor, room 5S. You can get me there. In Gilgil, you can get me at KAG, Springs of Life Chapel, Gilgil Site B, just next to GTI. And in Naivasha, you can get me at NHC Maisha Hospital. It is just next to Cooperative Bank. And you can get me even on my number, 0723-465-999. Maybe I repeat again. 0723-465-999.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that session. It was truly an eye-opener, and I am hoping Yakwamba we will work towards forming healthier relationships even as we keep on going, because tulisema relationships are the backbones of human interaction. Whether you like it or not, you have to form relationships with people so that you can be able to thrive, because we depend on interaction. In order for you to get something from someone, you need to talk to them. In order for you to talk to them, well, you have to create that relationship, that bond, so that you can be able to communicate. So it is very important, it is very vital for us to have healthy relationships. And I've also loved something that you have said when it comes to marriages, because tunajua young people, kwanza Gen Z wanasemanga, after God, the next thing they fear is marriage. That marriage is not about being subject to someone, It's not about subjection. It's about forming companionship, being able to communicate, to discuss. Probably that's why Gen Z wanasema, mimi sitaki mali kwenye nitaambiwa fanya hivi. No, marriage is not about that. Probably you've grown up seeing that, but now this is where unasemanga it ends with us. This is where you rewrite things anew. Okay, submission is okay in marriage, but now being subject is where we draw the line. That's where there is a problem. And it's possible for you to have a marriage minus the trying to be subjected, minus the emotional abuse. Now this is where we are learning the things that we need to learn so that we can form healthy relationships, even as we're looking forward to crossing the boundary, the border, and getting to the other side of marriage, because we're going to go there. Okay, don't give up just yet, just because of situations that you have been through. And for the young people, tafadhali, let's make our way. The young professionals, the single young professionals, the event that is being put up for us, these events inaekwa kwa sababu yetu. So make sure you find your way to AIC, Rescos, yes, so that you can be able to get a chance to network and interact with other singles. Okay, najua kazi sometimes 9 to 5 ni ngumu. It's hard to find time huko katikati ya kusema ni kwenda na kuinteract, going to different places, but now try create time so that you can go get a chance to interact with from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right?
Yes,
You can get a chance to interact with other young people. Amazing. So there's a conference that will be coming up next week from the 3rd to 9th, Healing the Land conference that will be happening at Meru. So we would like to invite everyone who can make it, ama mwenye anaweza enda all the way till Meru, all the way to Meru, anaweza enda, but the ones who can't, we can follow through Church Without Walls. Will be live on MBCI TV and radio, and also our social media platforms. And the meeting has been organized by Mission to the Body of Christ International, that is MBCI, in conjunction with Tigana bishops, pastors, and all gospel ministers in Meru. So it has been organized by MBCI and the pastors and bishops and gospel ministers in Meru. So make sure that if you have a chance to, if you're in Meru, nimeona watu wengi sana kutoka Meru wametuma ujumbe wao. So this conference is for you in particular. So make sure you make your way to Mariama Stadium, okay, at Muriri Junction off Meru Maua Road, okay. And the theme is from 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 19, and Apostle John Kimani William will be there. It's an interdenominational meeting that is free and open to all. So you have no reason whatsoever not to attend this particular conference. Kwa wale ambao tuko mbali na tutaweza kufika, tutafuatilia through Church Without Walls, because Healing the Land conference in Meru will affect us as a country in Kenya, okay? And we need to make sure that we are part of that change that is happening, we are part of that impartation that is taking place. So even if we won't be there physically, we will follow through online, okay? Tulisema ignorance is not a good thing, so we should stop ignorance and we should work towards being in the know and also participating in what other believers are doing, okay? Amazing. So maybe we can get the advert, Healing the Land conference.
Missions to the Body of Christ International, MBCI, in conjunction with Tigania bishops, pastors, and all gospel ministers in Meru County, invite you to a 1 week of prayer, praise, worship, and word festival. The Healing of the Land Conference with Apostle John Kimani Williams starts from Monday 3rd of March to Sunday 9th, daily from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Mwariama Stadium, Murere Junction off Meru Maua Road. The conference will be highlighted by a Friday night kesha from 9:30 p.m. and climax with a Sunday afternoon rally at the same venue inside the mega tent. Just as the city in 2 Kings chapter 2 verses 19 appeared well situated but was unproductive, our county may seem prosperous yet struggle with hidden challenges, economic stagnation, social issues, spiritual dryness, among others. Come and let us seek God's intervention for our people, our land's restoration and productivity. This is an interdenominational meeting, free and open to all.
Yes, amazing. That is Healing of the Land conference that will be taking part in Meru. So make sure you make your way there. Na wale ambao tutaweza kufika pale physically, we can always follow through online. That is from 3rd all the way to 9th. Okay, join so that you can get a chance to be imparted even as we're praying for Meru County. Amazing. So maybe we can get Did You Know? And if you see Did You Know, you know that you're about to call it a wrap. And it says this, that elephants are the only animals that can't jump. Okay, that is true. They are quite heavy and big. They don't jump. Oh yeah, they don't jump. They just zinapita na kitu. Hapana. Okay. Labda ni movie niliona elephant ikiruka, so that could easily have been manipulated, but that is a very interesting fact. Mwelekezi ananiambia ni cartoon niliwatch. Anyway, ni sawa, haina tatizo. But anyway, that is the Did You Know for today. You can share that fact with friends, family, colleagues, and they can get a chance to know that beautiful fact. Now we have come to the end of the show today. I trust and hope that it was one that was impactful to you, and you're going to use whatever it is that we have learned to make sure that you create healthy relationships. Be assertive each and every day. Make it make it what? Make it a part of your day, a part of your life to discover an interesting fact about yourself. Even find a book somewhere. Kila siku make sure you discover something about yourself, alafu unaandika hapo. Discover leo nikikasirika huwa nasikia ni kama spine yangu kuna kitu inapita hivi, ama nasikia kama kichwa imefura. Andika so that you know that the moment unasikia kichwa inafura, una find a way to maintain calmness, ama to remain calm, ndio usifanye something yenye you might regret later. So each and every day, just let me tell you, self-discovery, self-awareness is a journey that happens every day. I can tell you now, without a doubt, you don't know yourself 100%. Each and every day kuna vitu zenye una discover. Unaenda mahali unakula fish, unasema yenyewe hii fish ni kama sipendagi. Unakula mahali omena, unasema singua fikira nachukia omena, okay, hii omena yenye imepikwa si mbaya sana. So there's always something that you discover about yourself every day. As small as it may be, it's not insignificant. Just go write it somewhere, okay? And make sure itakusaidia to be able to even create your principles, your values, your boundaries, because you'll know what you stand for and what you don't stand for. Mtu akikuongelesha in a particular way, unasema leo sikufurahia venye huyu aliniongelesha, kumaanisha my boundary is there is a certain type of disrespect I don't tolerate. So it will help you in the long run when it comes to how you interact with people. Sawa sawa? Tulisema if a land doesn't have fences, kila mtu anaweza ingia, hata ng'ombe ataingia, a lot can happen. But if you have boundaries, you'll be able to control everything that happens within your environment, and you'll be able to form healthy relationships. Now that is it here at Ndani Relationship Talk Show. My name is Sylvia Wanjana. I hope to see you guys next week, same place, same time, with another interesting topic that is going to impart you when it comes to forming the relationships that you have this beautiful year. Okay, I would like to give a big thank you to the camera crew that is right here. Tuko na Chalo, tuko na Manu, tuko na Victor. Nikumbushe jina tafadhali. Tuko na Frank, and then pale viko mwelekezi tuko na Roda, super director, and kwa graphics kona, and yes, a big thank you to you programming to Kona Evans. It's a very big, beautiful team that makes this happen. Unaona tu mbele ya screen unaona Sylvia, lakini nyuma there's an entire team that makes this possible. So a big thank you to you. May God bless you, and also to our viewers back at home. Thank you for choosing to be a part of this show. Thank you for choosing. Unajua uko na shughuli mingi, but you made it. Hata stations za kuwatch ni nyingi, contents za kuchoose ni nyingi, but you've chosen to be a part of Relationship Talk Show today. And I would like to tell you thank you. And now I wish you a beautiful rest of your viewing, a beautiful rest of your day. Make sure you compliment someone who is sitting right next to you. But just anywhere, just show kindness everywhere that you go. Okay? So yeah, see you guys next week, same place, same time. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. Have a blessed day.